Welcome to Brain Bites, your quick dose of science and strategies for an unshakable brain. I'm your host, Dr. Kylie, and in the next few minutes, you'll get a sharp insight to feed your brain. This episode is brought to you by Dr. Rewire's Brain DNA Test. Learn more, order yours, and become a practitioner who has this in their toolkit as well at unshakablebrain.ai. For practitioners, click the button Expert at the top. All right, let's dig in. I'm a mom, and if you're a mom, did you know that your child is still inside you right now, even if they're grown? Now, my kids are 8, 5, and 2, and they're still inside me. Not metaphorically, I mean literally. During pregnancy, something extraordinary happens called microchimerism. Some of your baby cells cross the placental barrier and enter your bloodstream. And here's what's wild. They don't leave. They stay in your body for years, sometimes for the rest of your life. These aren't just random cells floating around doing nothing either. They're active. They're purposeful. They migrate to different organs, your heart, your lungs, your liver, your skin, and your brain. That's right. Your baby's cells can take up residence in your brain. They integrate into your neural tissue and become part of you at the most fundamental level. Scientists have found fetal cells in mothers' brains decades after giving birth. Think about it. A woman in her 70s can have cells from the baby she carried 50 years ago still living in her brain. But this statistic stopped me in my tracks. Up to 6% of the DNA found in a mother's brain can come from her children. 6%. Let that sink in. It's not a trace amount. That's not insignificant. That's a measurable, substantial portion of who you are. That's like 1/20th of who you are. If you have multiple children, you're carrying cells from each of them. Your brain is literally a mosaic of every life you've created. This one resonates with me deeply. Why? Because I've had 4 pregnancies. A baby girl in heaven is watching over us, Addison, and 3 littles that keep me very busy. And when I learned about microchimerism, it changed some things in my heart. Because it means that she's still with me. Not just in my heart, not just in my memories, in my cells, in my brain. She left her mark on me in the most fundamental way possible. As a mom, you are not the same person you were before you became a mom. Not metaphorically, biologically, cellularly. You are different. Here's where it can get even more fascinating. The cells aren't just sitting idle, hanging out in your body. Evidence suggests that they may actually help repair damaged tissue. When you're injured or sick, these fetal cells can migrate to the site of damage and contribute to healing. Your baby's cells may be protecting you, repairing you, long after birth. This might help explain why pregnancy can sometimes improve certain autoimmune conditions, or why some mothers report feeling their children in ways that seem impossible to articulate. Okay, there was this one time when one of my patients said that she feels so much better when she's pregnant. Maybe there's some science to that. Motherhood doesn't just change your life, it changes your biology. Your identity at the cellular level is no longer just you. You become a living mosaic, part of you, part of them. It's not just mothers either. Did you know that babies carry their mother's cells too? This exchange goes both ways. You leave a piece of yourself in your child just as they leave a piece of themselves in you. This is microchimerism, and it reveals something profound. The bond between mother and child isn't just psychological or emotional. It's written into the very fabric of your body. When mothers say, "My child is part of me," they're not exaggerating. They're speaking biological truth. Your brain, your heart, your very cells carry the imprint of every life you created. That connection doesn't end at birth. It doesn't even end at death. It lasts a lifetime. And maybe, just maybe, that's why a mother can sense when something's wrong with her child, even from miles away. Why the bond feels so visceral, so undeniable. Because at the cellular level, you are still connected. Your weekly challenge is different. This week, I want you to reflect on connection, not just with your children you have, if you have them, but with anyone you've deeply loved. Take 5 minutes to sit quietly and think about the ways connection changes us. Not metaphorically, but physically. How stress affects your body when someone you love is hurting. How your nervous system regulates when you're near someone who makes you feel safe. How your brain literally changes through relationships. If you're a mother, take a moment to honor the fact that your body carries the cellular memory of the life you created. You're not the same person you were before. You're a living testament to the power of connection. Write down one insight that comes to you, just one. What does it mean to carry someone with you, physically, emotionally, cellularly? Connection isn't abstract, it's biology. Our unshakable brain fact for today is up to 6% of the DNA in a mother's brain can come from her children. To put that in perspective, if you have 3 kids, like myself, portions of your brain could be made up of cells from each of them. You're not just raising your children, you're literally carrying them in the organ that makes you, you. Microchimerism doesn't just change your body, it changes your brain, your identity, your very sense of self. Motherhood rewrites your biology at the deepest level. I'm Dr. Kylie. See you next week.